Howdy. Bill Rose is the name, and here's a solar-powered electric helium air car that I designed back in 1990, or maybe it was before then. The little one over here is the side view. That's how it would look when it's flying through the sky. So what you have are two helium containers, and this is kind of like a three-quarter view, kind of like looking down on it, so that these helium containers are above the aircraft. Then you have an electric motor forward and electric motor aft, and the helium cancels the weight of the craft and the pilot. And so you have the electric motors with the propellers, and you have the cockpit in the middle. And these helium containers would be probably about 25 feet long and about 4 feet in diameter. And that should, well, there are formulas out there that you can calculate volume for helium and lift and weight ratios. And I did that back in 1990, but I'll be damned if I can find my notes. But anyway, I had it all calculated out. And I was going to build a model, but, you know, life gets in the way. So this design is for sale. If anybody is interested in buying the design, I'll be glad to sell them the design to the highest bidder. Highest bidder can buy this design. Or if there's people out there who would like to invest to build this air car, then you can contact me at wcd207@gmail.com. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but it says solar cells cover the entire vehicle. So the solar cells will be powering these electric motors. Now, I saw the video on that 16 electric motor helicopter, and that was pretty neat. But I kind of like this one a little better. These are bigger motors. And since the helium cancels the weight of the aircraft and the pilot, and you'd have to tie it down, you know, like a blimp, once you get in there, then it would just be kind of like rising up by about, you know, a half an inch or so. And then when you power the motors, then it would go up. So, and then you would have steering devices. Of course, I didn't put the rudder on here, but you would have a rudder and an elevator. Or what you can do is use the forward motor at a higher RPM than the rear motor to bring point your craft up. Or you could point them down like that. Of course, you need a pusher motor now, but the motor in the rear can be gimbaled so that it moves. So that when it's in that position, it pushes the craft forward. Is that forward? That's forward. And the same with the front motor, that can be gimbaled. So that when it's gimbaled like that, it pushes forward. And there are variations on this design that can be made. But this would be probably the safest way for individuals to travel through the sky without fear of any crashes, because the helium negates the entire weight of the pilot and the aircraft, so that even if one motor quit, you could still get down simply by reversing the motor and pushing it down. So we need to do some experimental work on this, and maybe build maybe a 4-foot model or something like that, and simulate the weight of a human being, and that way it can be kept small for experimental purposes. Anybody out there who wants to build a model of this can go right ahead and do it, and then let me know how it works. But in the meantime, I'll be taking investors, and also, this design is for sale to any aircraft company that wants to buy it. You have to contact me by my email. Once again, it's WCD207 at gmail.com. And I'll put that below the video so that you can see it. There you go.